Alright guys, today I kind of just wanted to talk about the student activities, looking at the different programs that we have that we want to promote here on campus and get our kids involved. So everyone has a device, right? Okay, so one of the clubs we have right now is the Mustang Serve, and that's pretty neat because it's community service that helps the kids teach service to others. There's a recycling program, so that would be really great to get kids involved doing that.
Okay.
Who runs that?
Right now it looks like it's sponsored by Ms. Schmidt, Ms. Jasic, and Ms. Heichman.
Okay. Oh, I see they have a robotics club. They meet after school. It says that it.
I know it's really good. It promotes the math and science, right?
It's not just robots either. Like they can enhance mathematics skills and science skills in it. And it says that they meet 2 or 3 times a week to plan and build robots. Miss Moore and Miss Daniels facilitate it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Oh, and they go to competition.
We'll have to promote that big time, especially Mr. Torres and I. And I like that we have a chess club. I see there's a chess club.
Oh.
So it's one of our school board members, and I guess they're looking for a sponsor. So that'll be fun. Trying to get kids into that, because I know that builds a lot of good skills for them.
It was pretty neat. They do go into competition also, and then at the end of the year, last year they had, it was just the kids on campus that were in chess, and they had like a little tournament at the end, and they had hot dogs and sodas and chips, and it was a pretty neat thing.
Oh yeah,
Cool.
One of the biggest activities we have is the UIL, and that gets everybody involved from 2nd grade all the way up to 5th grade, and there's just various categories, but that's one of those things where you, again, it's really neat to just kind of take them into competition, and definitely want to push that.
And so are teachers allowed to be coaches for some of these events?
Yes, and so we'll probably need to look at teachers and kind of get that word out, who's willing to volunteer and work in specific grade levels and a particular subject matter, but yeah, it's definitely getting everybody involved.
Oh, cool. The next thing, it says school activities calendar. All staff who are planning school activities, like you just said, if teachers can get involved, they need to go through the calendar and make sure that it doesn't line up with another activity.
Correct.
Oh, yeah, look, school events. I was planning on going to like some football games or volleyball games, and I see that that's highly encouraged, so I'll make sure to support all those teams and UIL and whatever else is going on. So
It'll build great rapport with the kids that you currently have, and sometimes the younger kids, because they'll see that their teachers out there, so
right,
that
that
really
we may
helps.
have later.
It helps a lot.
And why wouldn't we go? Because it says school personnel, you get in free for the home games.
Ah,
That's
there you
pretty
go.
cool.
We have an academic night, so that's where, like for math, I know we teach math and science, but like for math, we kind of take that night and have the parents, invite the parents and the students and come in and kind of show them different activities they can work with their son and daughter at home, have some just different ways to kind of connect with their student in the math. They do it for reading, so that's actually one of our big events that we have here.
Oh, class parties. It says that we're only allowed 2 a year, the Christmas party and the end of the year. Except for ECC, they're allowed Valentine's Day card exchange and an egg hunt. And the egg hunt is going to take the place of field day refreshments. Any other parties rewarding students or behavior must be approved first.
Water bottles are okay though. Water
Yeah.
bottles are approved, so
Yeah.
we're gonna have our kids bring in water.
Oh, and piggybacking off of the parties, deliveries by parents, they're sort of encouraging them to save all that stuff at the end, like balloons and gifts and flowers, I guess, for their birthday, but it looks also like if they wanted like maybe cupcakes or something, it would be at the end of the day.
Yeah, because we don't want to disrupt classroom instruction.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
As far as volunteers, volunteers may be used in schools to kind of help teachers out with routine and maybe copying, things like that. Volunteers are used to help chaperone parties or field trips, things like that. Of course, they have to go through paperwork process and all that, but I know we had several volunteers on our field trip last year, and that really helps out a lot. But of course, like any other school, they've got to go through a background check and all that, and just all the proper channels. But definitely want to use volunteers when we can.
And speaking of field trips, each grade level can select their own field trip, but it must be curriculum based and approved by the principal. You have to submit your request in writing and state what objectives you're learning.
So that's one of those things that we want to think about sooner than later, just because sometimes there can be that paperwork can get a little hectic. So I guess the sooner that is, the better. Make sure the funding's there and all that kind of bit. But so that's something that I know it's early in the school year now, but we want to keep that in mind. What we think we want to do for a field trip.
Oh, and then fundraising, I see there's a section on that. The campus is approved for 5 fundraising activities during the year.
Up to 5.
And so it has to be approved, and teacher collects money. So that's when we have to turn the money into the campus secretary.
Yeah, definitely don't want to hang on to anybody
And not
here.
leave it laying around.
At the end of the day, every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
And the money that's collected is for students.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, it has to be used per student. Okay.
And I think that pretty much covers it. Right?
Yeah.
We missed anything?
The section on extracurricular activities.
It looks like it's dealing with the UIL competition, robotics competition, things like that.
So that's like if they have to miss a day for that,
Yes.
they
They shouldn't.
should not be absent from class.
Right.
Okay.
And their assignments are due the day after the activity.
Okay.
All right.
All right,
Good job,
well,
guys.
we'll make sure that these are all communicated to students and parents when they need to be, and we'll promote those clubs.
Good job, guys.
And that's your student activities.